sponsored by your local Toyota dealer and Sterling Savings Bank. Friday Night Sports Extra starts right now.
Welcome to Friday Night Sports Extra. A little warmer than last week. I like today a little bit better.
Much better.
A little drier, too, in some places. It tried to rain a couple of spots that we were at today.
Over in Chilean, it drizzled just a little bit, and I noticed that when I missed the ferries going both ways. Good day. Fun times.
The action downright hot, though, at the Joe Alvey Stadium, a game that's actually still going on. Two of the top teams in the GSL, Central Valley, undefeated in league play, taking on the once-beaten Ferris Saxons. After Ferris muffs a punt at the 1-yard line, the Bears give it to Taylor Evans, the touchdown maker, who powers over the goal line. CV with an early 7-0 advantage. Saxons answer on the next possession, though. Gage Orozco showing off the speed as number 32 races 22 yards to the house to tie the game at 7. And this was the start of a wild affair. Now 14-10 CV on the final play of the first half. A little controversy here. Gavin DeArmond rolls out his Jordan Tabish for the touchdown. Or is it? The ball came loose, but they ruled he had possession first. This one going down to the wire. I say going because it's still going on. 34-31 in favor of Central Valley with 48 seconds to go. We'll bring you that final later in this show. Gonzaga Prep hosting Meade in another game with all kinds of 4A playoff implications. This just in, Bishop Sankey, pretty good. Follows a couple of nice blocks in the end zone for a 5-yard score. Sankey breaks the single-season school rushing record, which has stood for 35 years. Then it's Mike Smith jumping through the line and taking off for the Panthers. And like the Cologne, 60% of the time it works every time. Smith finally gets taken down after a 79-yard run. That sets up a field goal to put the Panthers on the board just before the half. Shane Schmidlkofer calls his own number and gets in from the yard out. The Bullpups led 13-3 at the break, but Meade scores a pair of second-half touchdowns to pull out a 17-13 win. Smith finishes with a $166 on the ground.
Keith, I hate to do it to you. You might need these tonight. Mount Spokane and East Valley playing the Wildcats, one of the best teams in the GSL. And it was a long night for the Knights. Mount Spokane going to score first, score early, score often. This is a pitch to Nathan Blackham. He gets to the outside, jumps over the last defender, 7-0 Wildcats. And keeping it on the ground, they hand it off to Colton Williams. This guy, we talked about Bishop Sankey moments ago. This guy giving him a run for his money for the best running back in the GSL. Does the I want to be in the end zone dance and then smashes his way into the end zone. 14-0 Wildcats. Then one more TD for Mount Spokane. The handoff to Williams. He's going to dive in for 6 more. Mount Spokane wins this one 56. 56-0. Don't use all those Kleenexes.
Seriously? With that loss, the 3A race for the second playoff spot still wide open. North Central and Rogers fighting it out. Hey, the hot air balloon. Oh, no, they forgot the Tin Man and Dorothy. And oh, that's the two principals. They get to go on a hot balloon ride. Tied up in this game, Jonathan Stratton and North Central. Nice move, breaks it into the end zone. The Indians with a 6-point lead, but Rogers would answer. Rogers needs to get a win here and a win next week against East Valley. They'll be in the playoffs for the first time in a long time. That's a bust up the middle by Jordan Burns, 35-yard touchdown run. Rogers with a 1-point lead at the half. Second half, though, North Central kicks a field goal to take the lead, and they add on, we'll get to it eventually, I guess. They're going to add on here Zach Hill. He's looking for somebody to throw to. James Dreyer is there in the end zone. NC up by 9 points. Rogers scores, 2-point conversion good. They're down 1. They need to recover the onside kick if we ever get to it. If we ever get to the onside kick. Here comes the onside kick. Still waiting for the onside kick. And here it comes. The most exciting play in football is anticlimactic. It didn't go the 10 yards. North Central recovers. They go on to win this game by 1 point. That means NC, Rogers, East Valley, all in my book, from what by my math, which could be wrong, they're all still alive in the 3A race for that last playoff spot.
Man, I'm not sure Keith's going to make it the rest of the show, but we'll keep you posted here. We go to Idaho 4A Inland Empire League. Not a whole lot of action. Moscow and Rathdrum. There's only 3 teams here. This is the first league battle. All Moscow early and late and in the middle. Jake Hebling, plenty of time, finds Logan Brooks, a 25-yard gain, picks up the first down. 2 plays later, give it to Justin Parks. He's in the end zone, 35-0 at the half. Actually, early in the third quarter, Bears, wasn't their night. Not going to catch this guy. He's the 100-yard state record holder in track, Jason Washington. And look at the little kid go. He won't be. You're not going to catch the 100-meter champ from behind. No chance. Lakeland just, as Ben would say, 41-6. Moscow Hans Lakeland, a big loss. They have the early advantage in this one. Hey, you know what? You guys got to come to my house tomorrow and wash my car. That was the deal of getting on TV. How about Justin Pombrasky finds Brian Taylor? Bam! Oh, man, Kevin Milkey levels him, but he pops right up. Then the handoff to Tyler Bromling. Oh, he tries to get in. Did he get in? Yeah, what? I think so. Touchdown, 20-6 Lewiston. Little defense to now. Problaski drops back, and it's picked off by Jared Kennedy. Post ball's in business. But you know what? It wasn't enough business tonight. Lewiston. Podbraski, I should say. Man, I've pronounced his name about 7 different ways. You know what? It doesn't matter how you say it. He's a good kid, and he throws it. Cameron Burnett to the end zone. Podbraski, Proraski, and Heimroski throws a touchdown pass. Congratulations, Lewiston. That's a big victory for them at Post Falls. Meridian, Lake City just didn't have it tonight. The Warriors, a happy bus ride back to the Boise Valley. They win it big.
All right, we still got a whole lot to come here on the Friday Night Sports Extra. We'll check in with the Great Northern League coming up right after the break. Stick around for much more high school football.
This is Friday Night Sports Extra.
Breaking news here on the Friday Night Sports Extra. Central Valley hangs on to beat Ferris 34-31. The Saxons miss a field goal in the final seconds of the game. It was a 36-yarder. Central Valley now with a 2-game lead in the GSL over the rest of the 4A teams heading down the stretch here now. So a big win for the Bears.
Wow, that's a big one. Big game tonight in the Great Northern League. West Valley and Colville. West Valley making the long trip. Hey, the Border Patrol presenting the colors. Short delay, however, before the opening kickoff. Yeah. The Indians' Jared Fisher took that opening kickoff, and he would avoid most of the Eagle defenders and all of the horse poop that was out on the midfield stripe. Look at him go. Breaking tackles. Finally run out of bounds at the 25-yard line, and the Indians would cash in. Blake Sordahl takes it the final yard. He's in. 7-0 Indians. But remember that Drew Clausen kid, number 7 for West Valley? Oh, he's a slippery little devil. Look at him. Makes a move, gets a block, makes another guy miss. Change of pace, switches hands with the ball. That's a first down. Clausen just drove the Indians wild tonight and did it with his arm tonight. On the run and then heaves it to Ryan Dahlstrom. Nifty catch. That's good for 6. Add the extra point at 7. And West Valley makes the trip to Colville and comes up with a big one, 38-22.
Cheney came into GNL play tonight 3-0 in the conference, hosting Deer Park 1-2. The fans cheering for the game as well as breast cancer awareness. The Blackhawks down 19-10 at the start of the 4th. They need a big play. D'Angelo Jones' deep ball falls incomplete. There's a flag, pass interference, but it's on the offense. And the Blackhawks would not get the ball back the rest of the game. Deer Park running down the clock. Tevin Hines can't be stopped. The entire Cheney defense tries to bring them down. They can't do it. The Stags bring down the Blackhawks for the first time this year in conference play. 19-10 is the final as Deer Park celebrates. They improved to 2-2. Pullman at home against Clarkston. We're tied up in the second quarter. Clarkston, though, going to take the lead. Brady Arnon to Dustin McConnell. McConnell, the nice moves here, spins off 2 guys. He won't go down, and he's gone. That makes it 14-7. Clarkston, more bantams. We've got a fumble on the plays, and a pop goes to Peanut. There it goes, but Jason Peters picks it up. The big guy, Manu the Slender, rolling 10 yards. Keith wrote the fat guy run. I'm just throwing that in there. Mom, send your complaints to him. Pullman on their own 1-yard line, trying to get out of the end zone. They do that and more. Calvin Odell, 70 yards on the play. Impressive, but Clarkston going to go ahead and win this one 28-21. One more score for you. Riverside, 3-point winners over Medical Lake.
To clarify, it's a badge of honor on Friday Night Sports Extra. If your numbers is the 50s, 60s, or 70s and you're carrying the ball, you're a fat guy. Not because you're fat, just because it's a big guy number. It's a good thing, parents. We don't need any more phone calls. The phone's ringing right now. Great Northern League, or excuse me, Northeast A, where the entire student body got a crown today. That was nice for homecoming. Everybody gets out. Look out for the old 418 rolling through town, the old train. Boom! Oh, no. Chad Brink with a big hit on C.J. Tanner. Cougars of Chihuahua in complete control here. The Eagles of Lakeside looking for something on offense. going deep here, but Logan Solgrove, he's there for the defensive play for the Cougars of Chewelah. Up the sideline he goes. He does get tackled. That sets up a score. More Cougars. Sam Fisk jumps up and down, keeps it fair. Oh, wait, that's the wrong Fisk. But he does take the screen pass down to the 5. Cougs up 21-0 at the half. Third quarter, though, he stayed through half. Thanks, Dennis. Cougars scored for the first time they touched the ball. Shane Logman, 8 yards out, knocks it in 28-0 at that point. The Cougars go on to win this one 42-7. Good win for them. Also in Northeast A-League, Kettle Falls with a big win at home over Newport, and the Freeman Scotties go to Columbia Falls in Montana, and they come home with a loss.
All right, how about some Intermountain action now? The Lumberjacks of St. Mary's headed north to take on the Timberlake Tigers. St. Mary's looking for their first win, but they had to go through the Tigers, who were in first place for a reason. They got a great running game. John Schaefer runs behind his blockers for the sweep. Then, watch this, the extra point attempt. Timberlake QB Derek Puckett is going to get the toughest 2 points he's had all year after a Lumberjack pounding St. Mary's, winless in 6 games so far. Couldn't figure out how to stop Timberlake tonight. Puckett showing he can pass the ball as well. Check out the corner route to Tyler Marines, who hauls it in at the goal line and hangs on for the 25-yard touch. Tigers built a 28-0 lead at the half. They go on to win this one big, 55-0. How about the Badgers of Bonners Ferry, a 49-13 win over the Wildcats of Kellogg tonight, and the Maniacs march on a 40-21 win over Priest River on the road.
Question to the Northeast 2B is anybody going to beat the Colfax Bulldogs? A couple teams have taken a shot at them. These ladies have been cheering their lungs out because their team is scoring on a regular basis. They're already up 21-0 after the first quarter against Liberty. Lost their focus a little bit. So did our camera guy. That's Devin Sawyer, 55 yards for the score. 21-6. Put the cell phone down and shoot the game, huh? On the ensuing kickoff, you can hear the Colfax coaches telling the return team to block. Block, block, block. We showed the block, and now we're going to show him. Will Hatley down the, you know what? We never show guys blocking enough on this show. That's why we've showed plenty of Colfax touchdowns. We needed to show those kids making blocks. Will Hatley, 21-6 Bulldogs, and there you go on to win at 34-19. Glen Ritzville gets a win over Springdale at home. Reardon goes down to Pomeroy in a non-leaguer, and the Pirates come up with a victory. Gar Powell, the shutout win over Republic. Asotin, that's a happy bus ride home with a big victory. Tico, Oakdale, and Roselia all team up. That's a 3-on-1 tag team beating Dayton. And it was DeSales losing at Waitsburg and Prescott by a touchdown.
That's the first time we've ever shown the wedge on the kickoff return on Friday Night Sports Section. Good job, Ben. Good job. Hey, you never go ahead.
You got to give those guys love too.
I guess. I guess.
It's too bad we didn't have the names.
Good stuff. Yeah, the whole line did a good job. You'll never know what you're going to see next. Track, and we're going to pronounce stuff right. Coming up next on Friday Night Sports Extra. Welcome back to Friday Night Sports Extra, everybody's favorite 8-man football. A lot of day games today. We start off in Harrington, where the Sprague Harrington Falcons playing host to the Odessa Tigers. The Odessa Tigers take the early lead. Jared King, the quarterback, looking for someone to throw to. You know who he's going to. It's Aaron Bruya. He goes to him every week on Friday Night Sports Extra. 8-0 Tigers. Falcons, though, they answer. Nick Spurline, it's a good-looking running back. You can't arm tackle Nick Spurline. Up the gut he goes, cuts the lead to 2. Falcons in business here at home, but too much Tigers. They have to break out a little trickeration today. Bruya on the reverse, and he decides to play a little team football. He's not ball hogging it. Gives it up to Kramer, shoots, and yes, he scores. Odessa goes on to win this one 40-6 up in Harrington.
All right, as you can see, we've been collecting some school gear here in our Friday Night Sports Extra locker room set. We got a new addition today, the Hornets of Inchelium, giving us one of their hats. I want to say thank you very much for that. Always have fun taking the ferry ride over. We did the same thing today. It's our standard definition game of the week between Inchelium and Selkirk. The Rangers' Kellen Sachs, as money as Magna P.I.'s mustache, through the hole and gone. 55 yards for the score. Selkirk would build a 2-touchdown lead, and Sachs was not done. I promise. Tyler Zacharias pass. Good to get tipped. Sachs, 6 more because he's not stopping till he gets to the painted stuff. I got the color camera today, and the nice hop over there makes it work. Hornets trying to keep it close on senior day. Zachary on the rollout. Chris Vermeulen going to make the Steve Largen-esque grab here, wearing number 80. Can't quite get in the end zone, though. Selkirk, they got in the end zone plenty. They win it 72-28.
Ben just referenced my childhood hero, Steve Largent, one of my favorite TV shows from the 80s. Not too bad. All right, if there's a game in Eastern Washington, we're shooting it. Whelping it we go, taking on Hunters, and they're playing games at the high school there now. Hunters showed up to play today. Eli Bear. Big Bear run hard. They're short run up the middle. The Lions certainly aren't done yet. Whelping it with the ball now. The Redskins fake the pitch, and Corey Flett. How many Flett kids have come out of Whelping it in the last several years? At least 20. He'll try to make a pass, but he gets picked off. Gabe Jones gets the interception, and he's going the other way for a touchdown. Second quarter now. Lions quarterback Andrew Dick on the play action. He rolls to the outside and lobs a pass to who else? Eli Bear. 38-6 at this point. Hunters goes on to win this one 60-36, the final.
Cusick Panthers are a pretty good football team, and that was bad news for CURLEW today. CURLEW playing host to the top-ranked team in B8 football, and they didn't waste any time. First play from scrimmage, Spencer Shanholzer finds the 6'4" Tyler Edwards, 8-0 with a 2-point conversion, Panthers. Cusick then goes into the bag of the tricks. How does this ball not hit any of the Panthers? It goes 10 yards, they recover. Don Driver on top of it. And that's 3 plays later, Shanholzer to Edwards, his favorite target on the day. Holy Brett Favre, Batman, he was airing it out there. And they would get another one. Shanholzer again. This is a touchdown pass, but you know what? You got to credit Shem Morton. Wise guy. 55 yards, mostly on the run. This one was all Cusick. They go on to win it big. Also today, a win at home for Wilbur Creston and a win at home for ACH over Valley Christian.
I don't want to let the secret out of the bag, but they're playing some pretty good football down in Colton. Have a real nice season, pretty quiet. The most elusive thing in 24 years of Sports Extra, getting a score from Colton. Oh, no, Colton out with the early lead. Sam Roberson. Now, this is too easy. He just walks into the end zone. Big game for him. 5 carries, over 100 yards, and 2 touchdowns. First play for Sunnyside Christian, Riker Van Bell, one of the best names on Sports Extra, but that's not a good pass. Nate Jacobs, check out the hit coming up. Oh, nice hit, Pat Luskis. Wrong team, though. No, good sportsmanship. Help your teammate up after you knock him down. Josh Strawn, the quarterback down there at Colton, hitting Steve Eaker, and he eats his way into the end zone and past the defense. Colton rolls in this one. Look out for the Colton Wildcats. They are for real down there. 52-7, they get the win. Also in Southeast 1B, Touchy gets a 2-point win. They're on probation. That's not enough points scored for 8-man football. Tri-Cities Prep gets a win against St. John Endicott. Also in North Star League, Wallace gets a 6-point win on the road, and Lakeside with a big win against Mullen.
Wow. All right, believe it or not, we're talking college basketball already, fellas.
No.
We'll hear from Gonzaga coming up after the break, plus we'll check in on the Chiefs when Friday Night Sports Extra returns.